I'm originally from Nigeria, but I was forced into exile as a result of discussing the devastating effect of globalization on our country, and this was as a result of the shale drilling oil and the negotiations that the government is always engaging itself into with multinational corporations, and bringing the pain of poverty on millions of Nigerians who are left to wonder what their fate is. It was surprising for people to understand that even when there is no active war taking place in your country, but the harsh government policies are war in itself. And so when I said it to people that Nigeria is at war, they were wondering, what does she mean Nigeria is at war when they are not taking up arms? Of course, when you have policies that are stuffed down your throat from corporations like the World Bank, the International Monetary Foundation, and then you're forced to devalue your country's currency, and all of the government subsidies that you were enjoying are all removed in the name of privatization, where people now are unable to put food on their table. That's harshness for women who now have to struggle how to make sure their children feed. My African American brothers and sisters who would say immigrants come here to take the job have to understand that the jobs are being sent overseas, that forces the immigrants to now come here for greener pastures, because when the job is sent overseas, the people who are overseas on the African continent are being re-enslaved in their own country because they are paid 22 cents, they work for 22 hours a day and they are paid 30 cents an hour. So when my brothers and sisters get to understand the terrible working conditions under which these jobs are taken to our continent, they would be able to understand why we are forced to migrate to be part of the American dream.
I am a human rights activist. I am involved in international human rights. And the reason why I decided to come to the U.S. is because of the political situation in Mauritania. I was granted asylum, and I have been working on human rights issues since day one. We organize ourselves. We are connected to organizations and political parties within the country. From 1998 to 2008, we have been able to bring human rights activists and opposition leaders to the U.S. And the issues we are dealing with in Mauritania are about slavery. When we talk about slavery, we are not talking about human trafficking. We are talking about classic slavery in modern time. People who are owned, who can be sold, who can be punished. It is a reality. And the worst is that women are, the ones who are suffering the most, because as a woman, you are more valued, because whoever owns the women, the children will become his or hers. And also in terms of escaping, it is very difficult for a woman to escape. You have always children. You are emotionally attached to those children. Even though you manage to escape, what type of freedom you will achieve when you know that your children are in bondage?